small window. Hannah, did you put them there? Oh, you were setting them up? Okay, I got it. Thank you. All right. There is a Chromebook over here, Annalise. I don't know who was at it.
It was hard.
All right, you may go to your seat because that is not how we clean up. You may go to your seat right now. You may go to your seat. That is absolutely not how we clean up this room. Olivia. Olivia, those books are not supposed to be in front of you. Why don't you just step on that book? Come back. But you didn't have to step on his book.
Oh yeah, that is a library book.
You found it?
Yeah, it was in my book bag.
Sit down.
So now it's there.
I have your chair. Can you just sit down with me?
I didn't
Just
put
sit
it
down.
in my book.
Okay, it has taken us 3 minutes. That's 3 more minutes added to the 3 minutes it took this morning. That's 6 minutes off of recess. If you want to keep talking, I'll keep adding minutes. That is absolutely not what we do. And you know that. So every time you don't do it right, we're going to do it again. Even if we take all day. And if you miss recess and you miss all the other stuff, I don't really care. Try again to come to the rug. That is more like it. And you know that. You know how to do this. All right. You guys, we have been talking about story problems,
Haven, move over with them.
and we've had kind of some trouble with them, with the story problems. All that assessment that we just did the last few days, Harrison, no friend. You are not going to be able to sit right there and lay down and stretch out. Kaysen, no friend. Tuck your feet in. Harrison, if you cannot see, that is fine. You may come and sit up here, but you're not going to be able to lay down and stretch out. You may come up here if you cannot see. Braylon, you may come over here if you cannot see. But you may not lay down and stretch out. That is not what we're doing. We're learning math. Colin, Luke, Robert, Liam. We're not playing with the stools. We're sitting on our bottom, putting our hands in our lap, and looking ahead. This is math time. This is not nap time, and it's not recess time. Girls, sit on your bottom. Haven. Haven. So we have been trying to do these story problems, and you guys had a really hard time with it. So we're going to go back, and we're going to think about what the story is asking us. What is it asking? Is it asking us to add? Is it asking us to subtract? Is it asking us to count on? Is it asking us to count back? Is it asking us to find a part that is missing? What are we doing in the story? So we might act a few of these out. And I might call on you to come up here and show us how to solve it on the board. But you are going to have to pay attention. All right, so we're just going to go through several of these. These are really easy. These were from the beginning of the year, and these were a little bit easy, so I wanted to start with some easier ones. Hopefully that you will start looking at and being able to see what are we doing. I don't want you to worry about the numbers right now. I want you to think about, what is this problem asking me to do? What is this problem asking me to do? I went to the grocery store because I wanted some fruit. I picked up one bunch of bananas. I counted them. There were 4 bananas in the bunch. I decided I needed more, so I picked up 2 more bananas. What happened in this story? Think about what we're doing. Tell me what happened. Don't tell me the math. Tell me what happened in this story. Braylon?
They added.
Braylon, I said, don't tell me the math. Tell me what's happening in this story. What did she do, Braylon? You're right. They added. You are very right. But how did you know that? Okay, part of math is being able to talk math. We have to learn how to talk math. I am so sad right now at this whole bunch up here wiggling and playing with that table. Kason, I'm about to take that table and throw it out the window. You need to sit on your bottom and leave it alone. Liam, sit down. Hannah, tell me what's happening in this story.
I know it is adding. It's because she said she got four bananas, and then she thought she needed more, so she got 2.
That's right, Hannah. So Hannah is telling us, if you get more, or if more come to you, or more come to the park, or whatever the story says, if more come, you're going to do what? Add. That's right. So think about it. Adding is also counting on, isn't it?
Yes.
Adding is... Excuse me, Alex. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm not kidding with you people. Come over here, Alex, you can see. Alex is over here trying his best to pay attention, and y'all are pushing the table and pushing it right into his face. I have had enough. Sit on your bottom and pay attention. That is why you did terrible on this math test, and I'm doing my best to go back and teach you these. Let's talk about this math problem. Hannah and Braylon both said we have to add because we got more. So because we got more, we can also do what? What? Count on. Do we have to put up 4 fingers and then put 2 more over here? No, we can put 4 in our brain. 4. And then I've got 2 more. 5, 6. So how many bananas do I have all together at the end of the story? 6. Let's think about this. If you are adding and you get more, Kennedy, I need you to back up, please. If you are adding and you get more, then the number at the end of the addition sentence has to be more than the number at the beginning. What should be the first number in my addition sentence? 4. And then what do I put? Plus. And then what do I put? 2. And then what I put? Equals. And how many did we figure it out?
6.
Yes. So look. The number on this side of the equals, the number on this side has to be bigger than these two numbers. Because it wouldn't make sense. Let me get some cubes and show you. Yes, sir. That says Carter Clayton. He is ours. Thank you so much.
And be sure to let him know I appreciate his mom writing his name on there.
No kidding. I appreciate it too. Thank you. All right. So if I have 4,
Luke,
if I have 4
sit
and I get 2 more, then if I say that equals 2, that doesn't make any sense. Because it has to be more than 4 because I added some to it. And it has to be more than 2 because I added some to it. But sometimes you guys are telling me when you add, you're telling me 4 plus 2 is 3. How can it be 3? Think about what you're doing. If you're adding more, then the number has to get bigger. The number has to get bigger. So this number and this number can be small, but this number has to be bigger, what it equals. We have to think about it. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. We have to think about what adding is doing for us. If I tell you that I had 3 kids in my room, and then I have 4 kids come from PE back to my room, and I say, how many kids do I have now? Am I going to have 2 kids in my room?
No.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Because I already had 3, and then I had 4 more, and 3 and 4, 2 would be less than both of those. That doesn't make any sense. So add it together. If I had 3 kids in my room, and then 4 more come from PE, how many do I have?
7.
Don't say it out loud. Give people a chance to think. This is what we do when we know the answer. We've done this since the very first day of school. Alex, you better be thinking math. I said I have 3 kids in my room and 4 come from PE. How many do I have now? Colin, how many do I have?
7.
How did you figure that out, Colin?
Because it's almost like the exact same problem as the other one.
So you used a problem you already know. You said, oh, I already know 4 plus 2, and she said it was 3 plus 4, so that just has to add 1 more to make 7. Wow, that's good math thinking. That's good math thinking. August, what'd you do?
I know what 4 plus 4 is. It's a double fact, so I just minus 1 from 4.
Wow, August said that he knew 4 plus 4 equaled 8, but I said 3 plus 4. So he knew that was just 1 less, so the answer had to be 1 less. Using a problem you already know. That's so smart. That makes math so much faster. Haven, what did you do?
I went to school and I counted on.
That's exactly what I did. I did 4, and then I had 3 more, so I did 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I just counted on. Yep. All right, let's go to the next one and see if we can figure out what's happening in the story. Let's see if we can figure out what's happening. I know that these are not really hard, and I picked them on purpose because I needed you to see, I needed you to think. These numbers are small, and that's okay. I needed you to think. All right. Think about what is happening. Think about what is happening. The bus went 3 stops. The bus went 5 more stops. How many stops did the bus make all together? Stop. Do not give me an answer. Do not give me an answer. I don't want to know what 5 and 3 is. I want to know what we're doing. What are we doing in this math problem? Liam, what are we doing?
We're adding. So
Liam, we are adding. How do you know that we are adding, Liam?
Because it's just the bus went 3 stops, the bus went 5 more stops.
It says, this word right here, it says, the bus went 5 more. 5 more tells you
You're adding.
that we're adding on because it's got 5 more. It not always when it says more does that mean we're adding, but it says it went 5 more. So that does mean we're adding. So think about it. Liam, you said we can just, Liam said we can just count on. I wonder if you can figure out what 3 plus 5 is. I wonder if you can figure out what 3 plus 5 is. You get it? Okay, Eli, what you got? How much is 3 plus 5? Count it and tell me. Yes, 8. That's right, 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Eli, how did you do that? How did you know that 3 plus 5 is 8? Okay. How did you know that, Zaria?
I just put 5 and 2 and I knew that was 7 and then I just put 1 more than
Whoa, you used a problem you already knew. 5 plus 2 equals 7, and then you knew 1 more would equal 8. Wow. Wow. Okay, so you counted on. You put 5 in your head and counted on 3. Yep, that's exactly what I did. I said 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I did. I think that's what Eli did too. I think that's what he was telling. That's what he was telling Miss Smart. Yep. Yep.
You counted.
Yep. He counted on. From 3 or from 5? Did you put 5, 6, 7, 8? Or did you say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Which one? Did he start with the 5 or did he start with the 3? Okay, so some of you started with the 5 and you put the 5 in your head and then you went 6, 7, 8. But Eli started with the 3 in his head. He put the 3 in his head and he held up the 5 and he said 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't make my fingers. 6, 7, 8. That's how Eli did it. Does it matter?
Yeah, no.
Sure doesn't. No, it doesn't matter which way you do it because it ends up the same both times. But I just go ahead and do the bigger number. What?
So I put like 1 from the 5 into that, then I put 2.
Yeah. So Liam says he took 1 from the 5 and he put it with the 3 and that made it 4 and 4 to make 8. Super smart.
Same.
Super smart. All right, let's see about the next one. Let's see. I don't want to know what the math is. I want to know what we are doing. What are we doing? Whoops. Not that.
Yeah, I like it.
What are we doing?
Ooh.
Nick has some rocks. 4 of the rocks are brown. 5 of the rocks are gray. How many rocks does Nikki have? I don't want to know the answer. I want to know, what are we doing? What are we doing, Luke?
We're at.
How do you know?
Because I heard like it's coming up.
Because it says, it's asking you, the question says, how many rocks does Nikki have? And that means, how many does he have all together? All together, that means.
Basically 9.
Well, don't tell me the answer yet. Hold it, hold it.
Yeah.
So, yes, we are adding. So, what are we going to add, Ariana? What numbers are we going to add?
5, 4.
Ariana, how did you know that?
5
Because Ariana says, look, Miss Eanes, I know because I see that he had 4 rocks that are brown and 5 rocks that are gray. Y'all need to pay attention right here. 4 rocks that are brown and 5 rocks that are gray. I looked in the problem, Ariana says. It's right in front of my face, Miss Eanes. What you thinking? That's what Ariana said to me. And she says, I know that it's asking me to count all of the rocks because it says, how many rocks does Nikki have? So do it and put it right here when you know.
Do you know what it is? Tell me.
Josh, what you got?
9.
Josh, how'd you know it was 9?
Because I did 5 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Josh, he said I did just like this. He just showed me. He said I did just like this. I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. You know what I did? I went like this. 5 and 4, and I knew when I hold up my fingers and I don't have one hanging standing up, that's 9. You got it right. You said 9. No, it's 9. It's 9. All right. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9. Counting right on.
I just knew.
Stop. Stop. Yes.
All I did it was 4 and 5. Then I counted them. I did 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I did.
Why did you count down? Counting down doesn't help you. Yeah, counting down does not help you on this problem. You got to count up. We're adding. We're putting it together. Don't scream out. If you want to share, raise your hand. Harrison.
I did 5 and 5 minutes.
Yeah. So Harrison is using a problem that he already knows. And he said 5 plus 5 would be 10. And since this is not 5, he had to take 1 away. That would make 9. A lot of you are doing that. That is really good math. All right, here we go. Boys and girls, you don't get to share on every problem. You will get to share if you raise your hand, but you don't get to share on every problem. Stop. All right, let's look at another one. What have we been doing in all of these? What have we been doing in all of these problems? We've been adding. All right, this is about to get hard. This is going to be the last easy one. In my class last year, I had a red table. At the red table, there were 5 girls and 2 boys. How many students sat at that table? What are we doing? Say it together. Because it's asking you how many kids were all together at that table. Robert,
7.
how did you know that, Robert? You know, you can't just say I thought about it. What did you think about? How did you do it? Show me. You what? Show me. So you said 5 6, 7. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, yep.
That's the hardest. No. 5 and 6. 5 triple 6. Yeah. No. Everything is 5 and 6. I toasted 4 pennies. I toasted.
I tossed.
Oh. You can make a heart jam. Yeah. 3 4.
Okay. Now, here is a problem that I'll wait. Until we finish this math, we will not be going outside. We will not go outside.
Okay.
You should never have moved. Cross your legs right now. Annalise, cross your legs right now. Okay, now this problem was a lot like what we had. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. This problem is so easy. But it's the same as the problem we had yesterday. Yesterday we had a problem about cars. And how many cars were red and how many cars were green. And you had no idea how to figure that out. This, look, it says Sam has 4 gummy bears. 2 of them are blue and the rest of them are green. Stop. Stop. 2 of them are blue and the rest of them are green. And it's asking you how many are green. There are lots of ways to figure this problem out. There are lots of ways to figure this problem out. It doesn't matter how you figure it out, but what matters is that you think about it. I need you to think about it. What if we were to draw a picture? What if we were to draw a picture of this? Okay? It says right here, it says 2 are blue. 2 are blue. But how many did it say there were all together? 4. So watch. This is how I was trying to show you to do this yesterday. But I think I confused you. So there are 4. So here's 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't have any more than that. That is all we can have. It's 4 spaces. If you tell me that 6 of them can be green, does that make sense?
No.
No, because 6 is more than 4. And it says he has 4. It tells you already he has 4. So you cannot have more than 4. So if you tell me a number that is 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, that doesn't make any sense. Because it says he has 4. That is the biggest number he can have right now. So I drew 4 spaces for the 4 gummy bears. And now I'm going to draw 2 that are blue. Okay, well I can't really draw bears and it doesn't matter because it's math. So I'm just going to draw a circle and a circle. And now it says how many gummy bears are green? Well, how many spaces did I not fill in?
2.
I didn't fill in 2 spaces yet. So that means 1, 2 can be green. Does that mean I have 2 green ones?
Yes.
Yes. So some of you figured it out like this. Some of you drew the picture. Some of you drew lines like this and you filled them in just like that. Some of you went ahead and drew all 4 and then just marked them out and you said, okay, the two blue ones, I'm going to mark out the 2, and then I have 2 left. Whoops. I have to circle that one too. 2 left. Some of you said, oh wait, all I have to do is count backwards from 4 to 2, and then that will tell me how many more there are, how many there are left. So you went 4, 3, 2, and you counted backwards. And it's 2, right? Some of you said, oh, all I have to do is count forward. I can start with this 2 and I can count forward to 4. 2, 3, 4. And the answer is still 2, right? So there are several ways to do this. Look at how this problem looks if I were to write it. If I were to write this problem, it would look like this. 2 plus sum equals 4. 2 plus sum equals 4. It's asking you how many are supposed to be in this blank, because that's how many would be green. So how many should be there? 2. That's right. All right, here we go. This is going to be hard. Are you ready? This is our last one before we get to go outside. We're going to have just a few minutes of math games before we go.
Yeah. I love math.
Thank you, Kaysen.
Me too. Well.
All right, let's see.
Unit 3.
Okay, this is the same thing, but the numbers are a little harder. Okay? Here we go. You need to be thinking, and when you know it, you give me a thumbs up. There are 10 pencils on the table. 10 pencils. That's the biggest you can have. You cannot have any more than 10. 6 are in the broken cup. The rest are in the sharp cup. How many are in the sharp cup? 10 is the most we can have. So this is the problem you're trying to solve. 6 plus how many equals 10? Think about it. How are you going to figure that out? You've got 10 pencils all together. Alex, what you think? Alex, how did you figure out 4? Shh. Alex, how did you figure out 4? Okay. Haven, how did you figure out 4?
I just counted on, and then it left 4 more.
Show me. Do it.
I went 6 and 4 more, 10.
Okay, so see, Haven looked at her fingers, and she said, if I put up 6, and then I put up 1, 2, 3, 4 more, that makes 10. And so these that were down are my answer. That's how many are in the broken cup. Carter, what'd you do?
I had 10, and then I just took away 6, and then I had 4.
Carter started with 10, and he said, oh, well, if I know I've already got 6, I'm just going to put 6 down, and that leaves 4. Who did that? Who counted backwards and subtracted? Who did that? Good. Good. Who counted up? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who counted up? Good. And who just knew 6 and 4 goes together and makes 10? Is that how you did it? You just knew that? Okay, do you understand how this problem works now? So tomorrow when I give you another problem like this, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know how to figure that out. Do you understand? We have to think about what it's asking us. We have to think about what it's asking us. All right, you may choose a math game for 10 minutes. And then we're going to clean up, then we're going to serve our timeout, and then we'll go outside. If you can't clean up after math games, we'll add minutes to the timeout. So you have about 10 minutes. Pick a partner and get started. Do you think he's paying attention enough to do the math assessment?
Yeah, I think we can.
Oh, I thought that was the circuit board.
No, it's her phone.
It kind of looked like the circuit board. You want to be friends?
No, we're going to do some total test today.
You want to play something
I have a couple of things we're going to do with them too.
Girls, get a partner and get it done.
Okay. If you don't have a partner in 30 seconds, you are going to your seat by yourself. The timer is running. In 30 seconds, you should be sitting in.
Do you have a partner? No. I don't know. Come on. Who else is that doesn't have a partner?